In the cryptic confines of a tomb, where the flickering light of sconces danced on the walls like fireflies at dusk, my eyes caught the sight of a longhorn bull. Its eyes, radiant and stony, rivaled the brightness of my dad's Probox reverse lights. The bull stood tall, looking down upon a young man writhing in pain, his eyes brimming with a mix of murderous intent, anger, and resentment. Grinning with gritted teeth as if betrayed, he uttered some heartwarming words that freaking busted. As the drama unfolded, two creatures with razor-sharp fangs and teeth emerged in the dimly lit tomb. The young man, clenching his hands, voiced his disbelief. How could that geezer rival his ancestors in cunningness? His expression grew serious, and he muttered, "This isn't how I'm supposed to die." In the next heartbeat, a colossal snake materialized, its hair well-groomed and slightly wavy, adding a touch of refinement to its foreboding presence. Glowing red eyes fixed on the dying young man, its mouth agape, ready to deliver what seemed like a passion-filled kiss before ushering him to his ancestors. Undeterred, the young man faced the enormous snake with determination. "I'm not going to die a dog's death," he declared, setting the tone for an unexpected twist in the tale. It was at this moment that the revelation struck. The protagonist, the central figure in this cryptic narrative, was none other than Seo Ju-hyun, a 38-year-old man facing an otherworldly encounter. The narrative took an abrupt turn, transporting us back 15 years to the year 2025, when mysterious tombs emerged globally, inducing seismic shifts in the earth. These tombs harbored artifacts known as relics, possessing extraordinary powers that mirrored the tales of sagas, legends, folktales, and epics. As the world grappled with the newfound relics, people embarked on a quest to uncover their secrets. Our protagonist, a bit tardy to the relic-seeking party, endured trials until stumbling upon the ultimate find, the Archaist's relic. This relic promised extensive knowledge about tombs and other crucial information. With the cubic relic in hand, a smile of newfound power curved across Seo Ju-hyun's face. Hope blossomed, promising an end to his dreary existence and the start of a life as a formidable relic user. However, destiny had its own plans. A new order emerged with relic collectors, monopolizing and shaping a society governed by restrictive laws. Left with no choice, many bowed to the power-hungry relic wielders. Thanks to Seo Ju-hyun's exceptional excavation skills, he caught the attention of a corporate giant named TKBM, earning a spot in their ranks. The CEO, Kwon Tae-jun, offered a job that blended caution with a sly smile, revealing the challenging life of a tomb raider. Seo Ju-hyun honed his skills, infiltrating restricted areas to pilfer relics from their discoverers. His tomb raiding team yielded massive results, propelling Kwon Tae-jun to the zenith of relic users. The stolen relics became the cornerstone of his power, transforming him into a force to be reckoned with. Success, however, came at a cost. As Kwon ascended, hatred reigned upon Seo Ju-hyun. Despised and labeled trash, he persevered in a world dominated by relics, yearning for survival, amidst the shadows of a dictator's foot. The narrative unfolded with a diabolical twist, as CEO Kwon devised a trap, thrusting Seo Ju-hyun and his comrades into impossible deadly missions. Threatened by their exceptional skills, Kwon's treacherous plot unfolded. In a desperate attempt to escape a snake's deadly kiss, Seo Ju-hyun, with frustration and anger, hurled a stone at the creature, vowing vengeance for his fallen comrades. Amidst the chaos, a mysterious voice interjected, amused by the noisy spectacle. The snake, seemingly perplexed, turned its attention to the unseen entity. Seo Ju-hyun, in a fit of rage, declared his determination to haunt Kwon Tae-jun, even beyond the afterlife. To his astonishment, the mysterious voice responded, "My goodness, you are a noisy one." Bewildered, Seo Ju-hyun wondered if the snake could talk. The voice teased, acknowledging his ability to hear relic voices. In a commanding tone, Seo Ju-hyun demanded the snake's departure, only to be met with a revelation about his fragmented, vulnerable state. The voice predicted the end of his meager life, lamenting the squandered potential despite possessing extraordinary talent. The snake, fueled by the intimate declaration, lunged forward, jaws wide open, ready to consume its prey. Defiant to the end, Seo Ju-hyun raged against fate, vowing to haunt Kwon Tae-jun even in the afterlife. The mysterious voice, amused by his determination, conjured a blinding light, momentarily halting the snake. In this pause, Seo Ju-hyun questioned the unseen force, only to witness the unexpected. A bird emerged from the light, its wings illuminated with a bluish hue, resembling a crow, but emanating tremendous power. The bird, seemingly sentient, addressed Seo Ju-hyun, challenging him to claim the throne this time. Bewildered, he awoke from what felt like a dream, his lower body intact, and found himself in an unfamiliar place. Confused and disoriented, Seo Ju-hyun discovered he was in a police station. An annoyed officer demanded his identity, and as the year 2025 was confirmed, the protagonist grappled with the realization that he might have time-traveled back 15 years. As the story unfolded, Seo Ju-hyun navigated the intricacies of this temporal shift, grappling with the mystery of the crow, the bird that seemed to hold the key to his altered destiny. The journey ahead promised challenges, revelations, and a quest for the elusive throne as the king. The tale of Seo Ju-hyun, the relic user, continued in a world where time itself proved to be an enigmatic force shaping destinies.
Previously on the reincarnation of the greatest Tomb Raider. First off, I didn't think that there could still be Tomb out that will make an experienced hunter like me to give up. Second, that shitty geezer Taejun Kwon would send us into a death trap. And third, right. When I arrived at death's door, I was instead sent 15 years into the past. We back our protagonist Seo Ju, who had been bought back in time 15 years when tombs began to appear. In excitement, he didn't know the purpose of such happening, but he knew it was a huge opportunity he has. Saying how he can claim all the relics before anyone makes a move and no longer need to steal for Taeyun Kwon of the TKBM, organization whom sent him to his death. Woman beside Seo Ju, whom was annoyed by Seo Ju spacing out and ignoring the investigators, yelling at Seo Ju saying, "What's wrong with, does all this just a game to you? You assaulted my child, he's only at high school, what if you could have caused permanent damage to my child? Would you have taken responsibility for it?" Behind her, her son waved with a smirk face at Seo Ju. Shamelessly, the women demanded for payment for settlement or send Seo Ju to jail. Seo Ju, having seemed to realize this incident, exclaimed in world, "Ugh, I have to deal with this situation first. So annoying." Seo Jun, having recalled this incident back, that this high school student started the fight, and he wouldn't leave him alone, so he ended pushing him a little. As if he had waited for him to make a move on him, and the kid fell down and collapsed. He had to beg them on his knees to reduce the settlement fee. Sejun just had recalled during this time he didn't have any money or any, if his archaeologist pick, damn it. I don't have my basic tools. How am I going to collect relics like this? Reassuring him, self-rubbing his hair. Think maybe I have something there. I guess that crow relic was messing with me. Young woman frustrated with SEO June. Ignorant saying in annoyance, I can't believe this guy. Raising her hand, wanting to slap. SEO Joe shouting, pay attention when someone is speaking to you. Everyone at the office, surprised with her action, looked in astonishment. SEO June instinct kicking in, turned looking at the incoming attack. And in swift movement, he grappled the woman's hand. Shocking himself that he blocked it and realized that despite going back 15 years, his reflex and fighting skills are this good because I retained those years of experience. That's a good thing. Jay stood up and talked back to the woman. Calm down. Lady commanded SEO Jew. In annoyance, he solved them. Your mushroom-looking of a son was the one who started the fight beside you. We both acting ridiculous right now. Well, I guess the old saying as it goes, an apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The mushroom-headed kid heard this, charging forward with his underage fist clutched ready to deliver a negative damage blow, saying, you bastard, making it dramatic. SEO Zhao reflexes kicked in and evaded the punch. The underage buffon missed his blow. Guess it's skill issue while uttering, you've been passing me off from the beginning. SEO Jew grabbed his arm, shocking the high school kid. SEO June. Not letting the kid fall on his own, he assisted him by pinning him down on a submission manner. The high school kid, having to give the floor a glorious smooch. SEO Jew realized that his body feels lighter, coming to a conclusion that maybe isn't the side effect of the relic illnesses yet he had. Seeing this, the cops at the station stood up before things escalated further. Chubby fat officer commanded, hey, all of you, cut it out. Another police officer added, what do you think you are doing inside a police station? Oops. Pretending to be scared and in submission. SEO Zhao saying, I do not have ant money to give people like you. If you want, just send me to jail. Go right ahead. Young woman was shocked by SEO Jew, his answer will checking on his son. The woman if Rag shouted asking, you're raring to go and start your criminal record, aren't you? Just wait and see. You made a big mistake today. SEO Jew threw a glance while been taken to be detained, uttering to himself in a prison cell, criminal record soon, that shit won't matter at all, because once the Tombanth their relics appear, the world will be thrown into lawless chaos. I'm glad that you can fight, but that alone isn't enough. I need to hurry up and line everything. I need to start excavating. But how am I supposed to? SEO Jew seemed kinda have hit a wall while planning his goals, when a purple aura seemed to have awakened in him and in bewilderment. Looking ahead, he saw words floating in the air written saying, Tomb Raider Ju Heon Su. Thinking he might have injured his head and his hallucinating, he began to tapping his head with his hand, as if trying to restore his head to default setting. The word changed, forming saying, Tomb Raider, a pitiful pickpocket who can't even wield a shovel. Seeing this Seoju, with his 15 years of experience as a Tomb Raider before being reborn back in time, knew only one thing can do such thing, a relic is it. The crow's doing again. In anger and frustration, he began to yell, You piece of digital of a crow, are you watching me now? What the hell did you do to me? SEO Jew, shocked, saw something like a system program appearing before him. This tab pop up showing Tomb Raider basic skills 1-4, on which first skill unlocked, which was SPY, rank F, able to see everything within a 3-foot radius in great detail. SEO Jew gave up is this Lyle, a game seeing the tab with skills on the system tab. Never mind, it's exactly like a game. In rage, SEO Jew tried to punch his system tab program, shouting, Fucking crow! Are you saying my life is some kind of game? Ding, a system tab sounded. Now what? SEO Zhao turning his head looking at the system tab. System gave, quest activate, your 4 talents hidden within you in order to became a full-fledged Tomb Raider. First a skill window, then a quest pop-up. An officer heard the yelling made my SEO Jew and said, What's wrong with you? Keep quiet. Seoju. Startled answer. I'm sorry. Thinking, what is this? Am I the only one who can see it? It's Sue flashy though. Using his skill of able to see anything at a 3-meter radius, Seoju was able to notice a small bug walking in the cell. With this revelation, I can see anything that's within 3 feet, in great detail. This is like a skill from the archaeologist relic. Looking at the system tab, in astonishment, seeing that all his skills transferred into a game format, saying he won out 4, that it means he can acquire more skills. If I can regain my skills like this, then I don't need to after the archaeologist's relic. This a great start, Seoju said with his gaze focused onto the horizon. Envisioning how he's gonna repay all his oppressors back with interest with his second chance. Looking back at the system in suspicion, saying, what is that crow relic planning? Relics usually don't like helping people. Ju Hyun! Someone dude shouted, waving at Seoju, looking at him with a surprised but yet familiar look. We see Seoju with the familiar person walking out of the police station. I'm telling that high school brat was a true delinquent. This person seemed to be like Seoju guardian. In a caring voice reassured Seoju they should have locked him IP instead of you. Anyway, I'll take care of this incident, so don't worry about it too much. Thanks Jeonwoo bro, said Seoju smiling. Seoju looking at Detective Jeonwoo Kim and recalled that this is the guy who took him in when I was an orphan and treated me like I was his own younger brother. Oh, what's this? You're actually thanking me this time? Jeonwoo with a smile on his face. I guess jail scared the straight hill out of you, ahaha, said laughing. Seoju looking at him thought 15 years ago he still looked this young. Asking himself, is this the new normal? Bro, can I ask you something? Seoju asked in low tone. Big bro Kim? Had this turned his eye? Huh? Rats up Seoju? Have there been any report of ghost or paranormal activities lately? Or anything involving superpowers? Seoju asked, the curious tone. Jeonwoo, with sweat tripping down his cheek. What are you talking about? Have you been drinking? Thinking this kid really had believed rumors of some of his inmates. But since is his younger brother, had to give a chance and tried to think if any information he came across about paranormal activities. Well, it feels like my wife has superpowers sometimes. I don't know how she always able to find my secret stash. Seojuo, looking at Jis big bro teasing him with his sarcastic act of deep thought. Looks like neither tombs nor relic have appeared yet. Anyway, go home, rest and get better. Said Jeonwoo patted on Seoju's shoulder. Jeonwoo waved at Seoju, heading his way as if returning to his workplace. Although there should already be tombs starting to pop up in different places, they don't seem to have caused any big issues and no relics users have appeared yet. If I'm going to make a move, now is the perfect time. I even have access to all the previous skill I accumulated, so I have a high chance of succeeding. Thought Seoju, waving back at his big brother Jeonwoo. But not having enough money is a problem in the beginning. Most of the good relic were discovered either in Europe or America, spoke Seoju, deep in thoughts walking into an alleyway planning his next move. How can I arrange those flights? Still lost in profound contemplation about his next move, but not for long. Ahead of him appear 4 cemented and ridged-faced men whom donated themselves to Seoju Hyun to solve all his problems of his plans. What are you doing bumming around instead of working? Huh? Since you are the newest hire, shouldn't you be putting in the new effort into your works? Said the man leading them. These bastards are Seoju, looking at them in bewilderment. Well, looks like I found my funding, said Seoju, with a predator's eyes, seeing its hunt delivered itself, and funds to him this like been give the correct number for a grand prize, a lottery. The goal of like is 5, like, subscribe, and comment below more entertainment if you want to see more of the series. Previously, on the reincarnation of the greatest Tomb Raider, we saw Seoju got bailed from jail by his brother Jeonwoo, whom he now know he's a detective. after both of them went here separate ways. Ju began to plan how he is going to find money and a book, a flight to Europe and America where most of the powerful relic first appeared. Occupied on his thoughts, he walked on an alleyway and met his old acquaintances, whom he gave them a glare that showed that they are going to solve his broke-ass syndrome. Guy on the middle like the ringleader about to book first-class ass whooping from the protagonist, giving a heartwarming speech stating, "Wow, Ju Hyun, you are one disrespectful little shit, aren't you? When you see your elders, should you at least bow?" Their main keywords from the heartwarming words are "when you see your elders, should you at least bow." To SEO Ju Hyun, a 15-year experienced tomb raider before being reborn back in time. Those words state that this man wants to see his elders soon, and while he takes him to his ancestors, he should bow to him in appreciation of inheritance of his cash while he joins his ancestors in the afterlife. He recalled that his sponsor before him was holy damn bro, has mathematical name, we will call him by his secondary name, which is Park. He went from being a common street thug to an art broker in which he runs with his older sister, whom she is also called Park, but I will call them she, Park. And yes, her first name is difficult too, avoid confusion. She is she, Park. Both brother and sister are small-time crooks. The MC, after being reborn back in time with his 15 years experience with life-death situation, is here casually grouping criminals into grades. He's forming a pie chart, and these shitheads get the smallest slice. Damn. Recalling back when he was in high school, he needed some quick cash, so he signed on with brother-sister duo. He planned to work there for a short while, but these bastards won't let him leave. In the end, he was slaved away until his mid-20s. That was before he had received some buffs. But his time he hasn't come her with buffs, bro, has hacks and leaks of the future. Basically, bro is back with straight-up cheats, and he isn't afraid to use them. He recalled doing his job like everyone else, but did not get the same respect as everyone else. Nope, not even oneies. They strung me along with shitty-ass wages and put me through hell. He became annoyed by the megaphone stretched-headed person whom was shouting at him, interrupting his MC planning. The man yelling, saying, "Why aren't you answering, you little shit? Do I have to hit you to get your head stare right?" He looked at this extended megaphone of a human searching for the mute button in no avail. He used the old-fashioned rule, smack it a little it had and it will stop. But not him. He put enough energy into his fist, deploying it as if it was a missile launched to its target, landing on the man's face squarely that man knew that fuck around more and find out, looking as if he's winking at the floor, giving out the reverse just a riz, landing in a thud shocking two of other people, looking bored as if the people before him don't qualify to be even training dummies, and called out to their respective titles, "Hey shitheads, go tell your big boss that I'm done working for her." Park, seeing his efficient work-loading donkey, is trying to quit in rage, saying, "You fucking crazy." He replied to him, "Oh, before I leave, one more thing. My payback, with 160% compound interest and severance package, hand them over." Looking like Predator, ready to annihilate his foes while cracking his knuckles, warming them for some rough friction. Park and Gis accompliance were taken aback by Ju Hyun. Abrupt change in personality. This is like mismatch making of a rookie with a veteran at code bro will nuke. Park, listening to Ju Hyun, laughed, saying, "I guess you see all sort of crazy shit if you live long enough." Turning to the guy on the right, whom was laughing. Park, closing in on Ju Hyun with his fist ready, shouting, "All right, you little shit, let's make this day memorable." Focusing on his incoming opponent attack. He wants it to be memorable, making him to act as a fairy and accept his request memorable. He wants memorable it shall be. This will cost extra tax fee and overtime payment for such late-hour request. Bro pulled out the speed hack, and at an instant he wasn't, before Park, whom realized SEO Ju had already evaded. He didn't waste time, and landed a critical headshot fist straight to the face that's straight up 180 damage. Park, in pain, called out this shit. while the protagonist reaching out to grab his head. Indeed, this man was being whooped by the constipated shit Joo-haeon, pulling Park's head so he could have a clear view of what he had worn. In shock, Park realized it wasn't Prada, Vuitton, but it was the Op Stopper limited edition, which left his mouth agape and nose bleeding by having a closer view. His accomplices calling out, "B, boss, I think they too want to know the brand of Joo-haeon's clothes." One of them, not believing his eyes, asked, yelling, "What the hell, how is that shithead that fast?" The stretched face still in pain, holding his chin, in pain looking in anger at Joo-haeon. Another saying, "Didn't the rookie shit suck at fighting?" One yelling, "Shut the fuck up, just attack him once." The guy on the right with the brown coat shouted, saying, "Take this." How loving brother is here, forcing the MC to receive his gifts unwilling. The protagonist is so kind that he reciprocate the same energy he receive. He gave the man whom offered him his fist, but he delivered quickly a precise elbow on his cheek as Black Friday gift discount 100%. The guy on the left looked like a show fanatic, in which he was given a clear view of Joo-haeon's shoe and even felt its sole. Brother felt like those shoes' sole were made for military purpose or something, cause it made him face the opposite direction, almost making a 360-degree angle like an owl. Both of them fell like a Windows software shutting down. Stretched face, looking at Joo-haeon, uttering, "How did happen?" Joo-haeon answering in his mind, "This happened due to 15 years I spent doing self-defense training. Done already, I feel bad for you guys. The world is going to change from here on out, and when it happens, I will be upgrading and improving my cheat." Bro is giving them a heads up that he will be improving his cheats on going forward. Clenching his hand with happiness that his body still remembers to move the way he wants it to. But I can tell that this body muscle to withstand these movements yet. I'll have to end this quickly. My guy knows he's so broken that his current body gut handle his cheats and wants to end the fight quickly, aiming to one shot. Everyone. This bastard, biting the hand that feeds him with his knife at hand. I guess we'll have to get through his skull. Bro is about to deliver motivation with the dagger to the MC skull. How thoughtful of him. Longface trying to talk sense into his boss, saying, "B boss, if you're not careful with that knife, we could be in serious trouble. Mr. Park, I don't give a shit about that," answered Park in anger at Longface stretched face. But that knife was being saved for the trade. What if it gets damaged? Asked stretched face. Oh, what is this? Looking at the knife with a scrutinized look at the knife. Isn't that knife a relic? And why does this cemented-faced creature have it? He said in realization. It's not that surprising, I guess, 'cause most relics create tombs to attract people to them. But there are some relics that prefer to quietly hide within human society, he thought, smile creeping on his face. He knew that not only he's gonna get money for the flight, but this scoundrel's just advertised a relic to him. Good thing it was an unskippable ad, and no, he's gonna make them relic knife, donate the knife to him. Mr. Park, in rage, rushed towards our protagonist with the relic knife, shouting, "Die!" He wasn't afraid nor shocked. It's like the protagonist had bet on this people like stock for money, but it had 100% profit, which he wanted that instant the relic knife. Mr. Park slashed downwards with force, but with smooth criminal movement he dodged the attack, grabbing his hand with the knife, leaving Mr. Park absolutely shocked. He, turning the knife back St. Mr. Park's neck, forcing it through, and Mr. Park was resisting not to kill himself by his own hand, saying, "Irk, wait," both of his accomplices. Seeing this one shouting, "Boss," rushing forward, the other shouted, "Let him go." At that instant, he snatched the relic knife from his hand and thanking them for their donation, saying, "I'll take good care of this." Mr. Park realized the knife was taken, shouted, My knife!" With the knife on his hand and giving it serious look, as if he was dominating over the relic, and said, "You know, this is this, how you're supposed to use this thing." In the next second, an aura frim, the knife came and enveloped his eyes. So this lets me see their organs and bones." looking at the two accomplices who had charged towards him, laughing, ha 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 ha, that they got the upper hand, like, why, bro, Solo ed them with no weapon, and now he has a knife, and you think you can win against him, like, really? In a quick, fast, and precise movement, he already cut through the two people, and dashed between both of them, leaving them shocked. He disappeared? One of them asked in disbelief. Ugh! Blood coming out from the areas Ju Hyun had sliced and passed through, leaving them in pain and agony. He was hitting the cool MC after damage attack pose. That's when you knew that if that's not you, you are a side character. Seems it's quite instinctive to use with innocence on his face. Looking at his knife is just unjustifiable, bro. Looks like a person who can't even hurt a rabbit. How convenient, he said. Those two accomplices in pain kept saying, this shithead really dared to cut me. Another saying, fuck, am bleeding. Walking towards the two victims whom got sliced by him, telling them, stop whining. The cuts weren't deep, but if you don't hand over the money with interest and pay other fees, which you owe me, such as self-defense fee and victim payment fee, try to do something foolish, I'll double it with interest. In anger and rage, he shouted, hand it over. If you don't want to die, Park replied in pain. Yes, sir. And his accomplices were hold the area they were injured. Scene changes back to the city where we see Xiang Gallery, the name of the Park duo where him and here. Sister had enslaved the protagonist before he was reborn, back in time. Then we hear a voice of a woman whom we come to know is Park's older sister in a phone call in rage, yelling, what did you say? You got beaten up by Ju Hyun-sa and he took all your money? Did you think that will be a reasonable excuse? Say something that makes sense. Making his little brother Park to distance his head from the phone due to her sister's yelling. Replied to her, shit big sis. I really don't know what happened either. Yesterday, that bastard didn't even know how to take cheap shot in a fight, but now he was practically flying. Even look in his eyes was completely different. At the back, walking away, listening to their conversation with a smile, seeing both sister and brother complaining against each other. Her sister listening to him. Sighed in acceptance. Then asked him, okay, then how much did he take from you? Park began telling them that I lost all the money in my bank account. While telling her sister, he began to realize how big of a mistake he had done when he confronted Ju Hyun, because the protagonist indeed said, he's not only gonna take their money, bro, was straight up. Gonna rob them dry, he continued telling his sister. And all the sample products that we were, before he even had finished his words. His sister, enraged, destroyed this man spirit, you piece of emaciated rockhead. You lost the Buddha statue? The younger brother trying to soothing out, saying, you see, Ju Hyun said it wasn't enough. So he took it as his interest and refund the money for the flights he had prepared for us, which headed to the afterlife. Ju Hyun counting his payment with dissatisfaction, saying, what are you bums, don't you have more than this? It doesn't feel heavy than I thought it will be. Park replied, that all of it. Jo Hyun, pressing harder, said, are lying to me? You know that lying to me, it will cost you a fee, because of brain energy I use to decipher the lie to know you are lying. One of the accomplices saying, that's all we have, sir. Counting the money with suspicion that Park has hiding more of his money, feeling like this is the tip of the iceberg, in which he recalled from the phone call that he said about a Buddha statue and he want given by them. Park in confusion, wondering why in the hell is Ju Hyun giving him such glances. Ju Hyun snapped and shouted at them, if I find more, you're dead this instant. Stretched Face Man called out to his boss in Dear B Boss, the other accomplice in fear yelled, Gah! And Park gave him the Buddha statue. Oh, not bad. This looks like it might pay off your debt, he said, in a satisfaction tone. Anything but that, please. She will kill me, pleaded Mr. Park. If the word please can come out from your mouth, then it must be pretty valuable piece, am I right? I'm taking it just to make you miserable, he said, walking away and smiling at Mr. Park. Turning walking away. Mr. Park called out, "Hey, you shithead Ju Hyun!" All of them in their knees. Ju Hyun continued to walk away, whole. Mr. Park yelled, "Hey, you really can't have that. Hey!" Mr. Park called his sister and told her about the situation. Her sister, a serious look uttered in a low tone, as if holding her rage, saying, "Find it." "Huh?" Mr. Park not have hear what she had said. She stood up, and in fury and anger she shouted, "Go and get it back this instant, you fucking morons!" While she slammed her hand on her desk